The lost necklace. Lily was a shy and sweet girl who loved to make jewelry. She had a talent for creating beautiful pieces with beads, crystals, and charms. She sold her jewelry online and at local craft fairs, but she didn't make much money from it. She had a dream of opening her own boutique someday, but she didn't have the confidence or the resources to do it. One day, she received an order from a customer who wanted a custom-made necklace. The customer gave her some specifications and asked her to make it as soon as possible. Lily agreed and started working on the necklace. She used a silver chain and a pendant with a blue sapphire surrounded by diamonds. It was the most expensive and elegant piece she had ever made. She finished the necklace and packed it carefully in a box. She wrote a note to the customer, thanking them for their order and wishing them happiness. She put the box in her backpack and headed to the post office. On the way, she stopped at a coffee shop to get a drink. She placed her backpack on a chair next to her and ordered a latte. She waited for her drink and checked her phone. She didn't notice the man who walked in and sat on the chair next to hers. He was wearing a black hoodie and sunglasses. He looked around nervously and saw the backpack. He reached for it and grabbed it. He got up and ran out of the coffee shop. Lily heard the commotion and turned around. She saw the man running away with her backpack. She screamed and ran after him. "Hey! Stop! That's my backpack!" She chased him down the street, but he was faster than her. He turned a corner and disappeared. Lily stopped and gasped for breath. She felt tears in her eyes. She had lost the necklace. She had lost her dream. She had lost everything. She didn't know what to do. She walked back to the coffee shop, hoping that someone had seen something or called the police. She saw a crowd of people outside the coffee shop. They were talking and pointing at something. She pushed through the crowd and saw a police car parked in front of the coffee shop. She saw two officers talking to someone. She recognized him. He was the man who had stolen her backpack. He was handcuffed and sitting on the curb. He looked up and saw her. He smiled and said, "Hi, I'm Ryan." Lily was stunned. He was handsome. He had brown hair and blue eyes. He had a charming smile and a dimple on his chin. He looked like a movie star. He looked like her dream man. He said, "I'm sorry for stealing your backpack. I was desperate. I needed money for my sister's surgery." Lily felt a pang of sympathy, but also anger. She said, "You stole my backpack? You stole my necklace? Do you have any idea how much that necklace means to me?" Ryan said, I know. It's beautiful. I saw it when I opened your backpack. It's amazing." Lily said, "It's not just amazing. It's my life's work. It's my passion. It's my dream." Ryan said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't mean to hurt you." Lily said, "Well, you did hurt me. You hurt me a lot." Ryan said, "Can you forgive me?" Lily looked into his eyes. She saw sincerity and regret. She also saw something else. She saw attraction and interest. She felt something too. She felt curiosity and intrigue. She felt a spark. She didn't know what to say. The officers came over and interrupted them. They said, "We're sorry for the inconvenience, miss. We caught this guy trying to pawn your necklace at a nearby shop. We recovered your backpack and your necklace. Here they are." They handed Lily her backpack and her necklace. Lily took them and thanked them. She opened her backpack and checked if everything was there. It was. She opened the box with the necklace and looked at it. It was still beautiful. But it didn't make her happy anymore. It reminded her of what she had lost. She closed the box and put it back in her backpack. She looked at Ryan again. He looked at her with hope in his eyes. He said, "Please, give me a chance to make it up to you." Lily hesitated. She wanted to say no, but she couldn't deny that she felt something for him. Something that she hadn't felt in a long time. Something that made her feel alive again. She said, "Okay." Ryan smiled and said, "Really?" Lily nodded and said, "Yes. But on one condition." Ryan said, "What is it?" Lily said, "You have to buy me a new necklace." Ryan laughed and said, "Deal." He got up and walked with her. They left the police car and the coffee shop behind. They walked to a nearby jewelry store. They picked out a new necklace. It was simple and elegant. It had a gold chain and a pendant with a pink pearl. It was perfect. They paid for it and put it on. They looked at each other and smiled. They felt a connection. They left the store and walked to the park. They sat on a bench and talked for hours. They learned more about each other. They shared their stories, their dreams, and their fears. They found out that they had a lot in common. They both loved art, music, and animals. They also had some differences. Lily was more creative and optimistic, while Ryan was more realistic and pragmatic. They complemented each other. They enjoyed each other's company and laughed at each other's jokes. They felt a bond. They leaned in closer. They kissed. It was magical. After the kiss, they hugged and smiled. They decided to go for dinner and continue their date. They walked to a nearby restaurant and had a delicious meal. They toasted to their unexpected encounter and their new relationship. They felt happy and hopeful. They finished their dinner and decided to go for a movie. They walked to a nearby theater and bought tickets for a romantic comedy. They sat in the back row and cuddled. They watched the movie and laughed at the funny scenes. They felt relaxed and comfortable. They finished the movie and decided to go for a walk. They walked to the river and watched the moonlight. They stopped at a bridge and leaned on the railing. They looked into each other's eyes. They felt a spark. They leaned in closer. They kissed. It was magical. They said good night and exchanged phone numbers. They agreed to see each other again soon. They parted ways and went to their homes. They lay in their beds and thought about each other. They smiled and fell asleep. They dreamed of each other. They woke up the next morning and checked their phones. They saw messages from each other. They replied and made plans for their next date. They got ready and went to their work. They had a busy and productive day. They looked forward to seeing each other again. They felt excited and grateful. They had found each other. They had found love.